Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we'll review the ST100 Rockrider upgrade which I performed. Seems to be many are interested to know how it's done. There have been a couple of thousand views on this, so I just thought maybe it's the right time I just give an overview of what was done, and maybe some would like to do it all the way, or maybe some are interested just to upgrade some parts of the bike. So of course I'll first for the first part I'll show what are the upgrades done, and probably for the second part on why, and the third part probably we'll discuss what issues I had, and if you are planning to do it even partially, like brakes or anything, what challenges you may face. So let's get started. To start off with, just I think the heart of it is the group set. So you can see here, this is the Shimano Deore group set. So you can see the derailleur, the chain. So as part of the group set, I got the front chain ring, the crank, and of course the rear derailleur, the cassette, and the bottom bracket. So these are the things I got. So if you see here, this is the bottom bracket. So yeah, so those were part of the group set. The brakes, I went for the Tektro disc brakes, which are holding up actually pretty well. I'll show you the Tektro brakes once I change the side of the bike. I'll rotate it on the stand and then I'll show you. And even the front, this is the Crane Cake headset here. So we have the Decathlon handlebars, and there are some levers for the seat post. So this is a Brand X seat post, and I think Brand X Ascent is the name of it. So this is a seat post I have put in here, which is a dropper seat post, some stickers just to fancy it up a bit. These are the Recon grips which I have here, and on the left side you have the RockShox lever. Let me zoom in there, RockShox lever, and let me zoom out a bit. So just to show you here, so this is the RockShox shocks in the front. These are air suspension, so the suspension has a lock. So yeah, the pedals I got were from Nuke Proof, which are pretty solid ones. I got them actually pretty wide, so that it's a bit more comfortable for me, because I'm not a regular mountain bike rider. So at least for occasional rides it would help me. And for the wheels, I went with the Brand X wheel set. So let me try to show you the branding there. So if we turn around, so this is the Brand X wheel set, BX. So these have been holding pretty well, haven't faced any issues so far. Then we have the Continental Race King tubeless wheels. So these have been good. So see the thickness here. So yep, so those are pretty comfortable. So I haven't gone with the full knobbly ones, because most of our rides are on tarmac, and occasionally I go for mountain bike actual trail ride. So I wanted a mixture of it. I didn't want to go too too much tread on this because even I had put in a, if you seen my original video of this, you might have seen a cage on the back where we put in the child seat. So we used to use it for carrying our kids around. So yeah, so I have removed that now. And yeah, usually on trial, of course, when I go on a trial ride, I usually remove it. And of course, I just have the single water bottle here. This is all from Decathlon, and with the pump holder as well. So yeah, this is the overview. Oh yeah, I forgot almost. So this is the, again, the brand X seat as well. So you can see the BX logo over here. So yeah, let me know how it looks. I'll just swap the bicycle or rotate it, and I'll show you on the other side what we did. Start off with, I'll show you how the brakes are set up. So yes, so these are the Tektro hydraulic brakes. These are standard brake sets, by the way. So yeah, I had a question from one of the viewer on my previous video of this mountain bike on how we can set up brakes. Well, it is, first thing is you have to change the rim. So basically you have to change the wheel set before you add disc brakes, because your current wheels, what it comes on the bike, does not support it. So this is the rear brake caliper. You see here, we need to do a bit of hack to get that fixed. So first thing, would I advise to do this? I would say at least on the rear, no, because it needs a bit of DIY effort to do it, and you can end up with lot of scratches if you are not doing it properly. It was my first time, I was messing around. So yes, I am planning to put this kind of a black tape on this so that it looks a bit nicer. But fair warning, so first of all, this frame which ST100 comes with, it's not built, at least at the rear, to have the disc brake. So there are no default mounts. You get these add-off mounts which you can buy from AliExpress, just this piece, and at the back there is a piece as well. So let me show you from this angle. So this is how it looks. So you have the back piece here. So this part from here to here comes as one piece, and of course you get these brake calipers as standard, and you may need to buy one additional side mount to put on this. So it's not easy as it sounds, and I ideally wouldn't recommend doing this, at least for the rear brake. I mean, if the frame is old, you don't care about, because I believe it voids the warranty of the frame, because ST100 frames usually comes with a lifetime warranty. So if you are doing any kind of hacks like this, there is no way to go back in case it fails or something. So do this at your own risk. Would I advise to do it? No. But if you have a spare frame lying around, you want to try out something, yes, you can. But my main issue with this upgrade is, if you see, right, you have to change the wheel set. So there is no other way you can put on a disc brake on this. So at least what I would recommend is, if you just get a front rim for sale, which is disc brake compatible, buy those with a QR. So quick release set, and put them on, and you can just get any basic Decathlon mechanical caliper, or you can even, Decathlon has a pretty affordable hydraulic calipers as well, so you can put them on. It will be pretty standard, you can keep on using it. It definitely would increase your braking power. But usually if you're buying a new wheel set, usually it comes as a pair. So yeah, then you're left with the rear having the disc brake compatibility, but you only have these caliper brakes which won't work with the disc brake one. So if you're just looking to upgrade the bike, I would say um, you need to buy. It will come down to the cost at the end of the day, but if you feel the brake is lacking power, I would say first try to get the rim brake set up correctly from a professional and see if that makes sense to you, if it's working fine. Only if that doesn't work, you feel you need some power in your brakes, only then go for changing the wheels and the front at least and adding on a brake. So yeah, in case you're interested on the price, of course I have put it on the previous video, which I'll put on the I button for you to check. In the description there are prices, but the brakes itself I think cost me, including the disc, around 160 Singapore dollars. So just keep that in mind. So these are the Tektro ones. These are like single finger brakes which are pretty solid, and I think it's been 2 to 3 years I bought this and never had to bleed them. They work perfectly from day one. Haven't had any issues with the brakes, so these have gone pretty well for me. So let me know if you want me to open up the rear brake and just specifically show how it's been done, what work it involves. If you're interested in that kind of thing, let me know. Okay, now coming to the wheels part. So wheels are, as I said, these are brand X rims, both in the front and the back, and the tires are Continental Race King. So the wheel set itself, the cost I'll put in the description. So yeah, these are a bit decent, you can call it a starter to mid-range wheels, which I just needed for occasional trial ride, you can say. So it's again up to you, because if you are planning to have both the disc brakes front and rear, and if you're okay with the cost and all those issues that come with them, only then upgrade it, or else I wouldn't advise on upgrading the wheel set or the brakes for now. But what I would advise is, if you want to get that enjoyment of at least like a higher end bike, I think the default chain and the crankset it comes with is pretty not okay from my perspective. So I would advise upgrading that. So next I'll show you the crankset and the group set details. Okay, I have swapped around the bike. So now coming to the group set. So group set, what I have upgraded is just the shifter here. So these are the Deore shifters, as you can see, and of course the crankset, the derailleur, and the cassette. So I went for 11 speed 44 tooth. So this is the 44 tooth, and it's a very easy one, except for the rear derailleur needing this extra piece here. So the derailleur hanger, so you might want to try with couple of them. So 1144, this derailleur hanger will suit. So this is a pretty standard derailleur hanger. What I did is I ordered couple of different sizes from AliExpress and just tried them out. If you want the link of this specific thing, I can post it and you can give that a shot. Shifting is smooth, accurate. I haven't faced any issue, and even the bottom bracket went in easily. I have put spacers that side so that I can move this crankset a bit in, so that I have the chain can stay more straight as I wanted. So as you can see, so the more to the right it is, it would help if you are going on trail. It won't have more of a cross chain. So just keep that in mind when you're doing it. And yeah, one major issue, I wouldn't say issue, the challenge you will have is finding the correct derailleur hanger and tuning your gears. So if you are doing it on your own, so the tuning needs to be accurately done, so just ensure you have a good knowledge on tuning. And I haven't faced anything, but one thing I did face is, which I'm planning to fix, is once I'm on the top cog, the sometimes the chain tends to rub the wheel. It's all because of this setup at the back, and maybe it's just not designed to do it. But what would help is if you add some more spacers at the back here, which can push the cassette a bit in. So that would help you to avoid that issue, which I haven't done because I haven't gone on trail for a long time. I just using it in nice tarmac roads where I don't usually go to that gear, so it's not an issue. But something to keep in mind, one is the spacing. First of all, at the front, in the bottom bracket section. The second would be at the back, and third is the hanger. And of course the tuning, the chain, everything fits perfectly, the shifting is smooth, there's absolutely no issue on the group set part. So yeah, that's about it about the group set. Next is the dropper seat post. So dropper seat post, this was a pretty standard fix. You just take out the previous one, you just get this. I bought it from Chain Reactions. They have their own brand X, I think, brand there for sale. It came, I bought the seat and just a cable actuated here. You can press it to make it work. Yep, moving on. This is a simple one, just the handlebar and stuff. So handlebar, I just bought the 700 mountain bike handlebar from Decathlon. So nothing fancy here, just wanted a standard handlebar. And these are the ergon grips which I already had from my hybrid bike there. So that was previously a hybrid bike which was changed to a road bike. So that video also I have on the channel if you're interested in such things. So from that handlebar I got these grips. This is a pretty standard handlebar, you won't face any issue. Stem is also again from Decathlon, just a Btwin stem. This is very cheap upgrades. If you want go really fancy, I would say carbon bars, but yeah, it's up to you. But considering the other costs which I had, I just went for the basic ones, wider ones. It's around 680 mm, so it was actually 700 mm. I cut down to 680 just to ensure it complies with the road legal here. So yeah, that's about it from here. Now coming to the end, this is about the shocks. So if you are planning to upgrade the front shocks, you need to keep in mind that this is not a tapered frame. So if you see here, it's all straight. So we don't have the new MTBs are coming with the tapered frame at the bottom here. So it's not one of those. So when you're buying the forks, ensure that it's not tapered in any way. So this is the RockShox Recon Silver air suspension. So it comes with the locking mechanism here. You can lock and unlock how you want it, so that it enables you to, manage the compression how you want it. Of course, you have a air chamber here where you can pump it up. Let me try to zoom in. This is the air chamber. Decide on the compression you have. So yeah, challenge, I didn't face any challenge. I just ordered the correct size, and I wouldn't recommend going beyond 100 mm for this because this frame initially came with 80 mm. So usually frames plus or minus 20% is okay, what it comes with. Usually they don't advise to go beyond it. So I didn't go crazy, I just ordered the 100 mm one and just left it there, and it works perfectly fine. The air suspension does give this frame a completely different feel when you're taking it on trail. So you can adjust the compression. There is actually a compression knob at the bottom here which you can twist so that it can, this actually kind of, this and the bottom bracket and the brakes, I would say mainly this one transformed the bike a lot. Of course the other things do matter, and for me this has been a pleasure. This was a DIY project. It took me around 6 months to do, uh, not to actually fit everything together, but to order each and everything and take my time, because I was doing it step by step. First I wanted to upgrade the brakes, because the day one I bought this bike, the issue with brakes is it makes a lot of noise. Whatever tuning I did, it did not help. So I was frustrated with the brakes, and that's how my things. This is the first bike I had, by the way. This was gifted to me by my wife, so hence all these upgrades was planned, and I'm glad it's probably one of the bikes I have seen. I haven't seen many people upgrading it, uh, of course for their own reasons, because yeah, is it worth it? So we'll come to the last part. um, is it worth upgrading? Many people may have this question, is it worth upgrading to this? But I would say, if you have an emotional attachment to the bike, the one which you have, only then. And if you're planning to learn how to build bikes, what challenges might come, if you enjoy that part, if you have some cash lying around for these things, only then I would advise to do it. uh, if not, there are already, I think you can get a very decent bike with a nice frame for $2,000 or $2,000 already, with the frame custom built to have the disc brake mounts. And even I think even for $500, the Decathlon one comes with a nice double disc brake, which you can better upgrade actually. So you might not have to spend so much. So, but I enjoyed this project, and every challenge which came with this. There were a lot of issues I faced. The main being the rear brake. It took me actually a couple of months to tune it perfectly where I wanted it. So it takes a bit of time and effort there. Now I know what I had to do, but initially it was, because nobody had done it. It was very tough to get a compatible one. Many people have done just by installing that particular extra bracket there and getting it done on their frame. But again, each frame is different, each frame shape is different at the back. So just because it worked for them, it definitely doesn't work for this bike. I had ordered around 5 to 6 different mounts on it and tried, and none of them worked. So a couple of nifty touches which I tried to do are these. I think once you remove the rim brakes, you have these golden color stoppers which you can put. I'm planning to replace this with red color just to match the style, but I have it, haven't replaced it yet. And yeah, main thing what I did actually helped was this skewer. So these are bolt-on skewers which I replaced it with. These are no more, you need a specific tool to remove them. It just doesn't come off like that. So because it's a bolt-on, it doesn't get loose on its own, which helps in actually making the you can say front and back a bit rigid. Because usually with skewers you can if you're going off-road, you may expect some leaf or something to cause that QR to open, but these are solid, so these you can tighten more, and this has actually helped to make the bike feel a bit stable. And of course the front, of course I replaced this with Cane Creek, which is a very nice solid Cane Creek 40 is what fits here. Cane Creek have many things. Again, the compatibility of this you need to look at before you buy, because as I said, right, we don't have a tapered front fork thing, so you need to ensure whenever you're buying, the top and the bottom length of the uh, either the fork or the Cane Creek headset is not tapered. So both top and bottom needs to have the same size. Just measure it with calipers. It's pretty straightforward. If somebody is interested for that specific thing, I can show you. Just put it on the comments. And yeah, let me know how you liked it. I mean, whatever thoughts you have, it's okay to say you didn't like it, but let me know your thoughts. Feel free to share. Um, Share, like, and comment, I would say, and do subscribe. This really helps or motivates me to put down more videos, because I have a couple of others which I am planning to do, like changing hybrid bike to a road bike, which I have there. So yeah, let me know. Cheers.